So, you want to get into VTubing and are looking into the basics of what you need to do? I got you. As a VTuber, I've come to learn that there are way more things involved in this craft than just hitting the go live button on Twitch. You've got to know your way around the equipment, know how to talk, and more. Obviously, each VTuber is going to have their own experience and tips and tricks for what works for them and what they think that they should do, so take my advice with a grain of salt. It's my own experience. But today, I'm going to talk about 5 key skills I think every VTuber should have to be successful. So let's get into it. Hi, my name is Lumi, your local chronically tired calico cat girl, and I've technically been a virtual content creator for 6 years now. So let's go over the skills I think are crucial to making it as a VTuber. We'll go through them as a whole first, and then I'll break them down further in each category later as we go on. First up is speaking skills. Seems obvious enough, but if you're going to be interacting with an audience, you need to know how to talk. Whether it's just casual yapping or full-on game commentary, learning how to fill the air is huge. Second is streaming skills. Once again, seems obvious enough, but VTubing is most likely going to require that you stream, and that means knowing how to handle programs like OBS, stream elements, and also your own physical equipment like microphones, PCs, or whatever else you may need. Third is video editing skills. Here's where it gets a little tricky. You're going to need to edit your own VODs, your clips, and highlights. Sure, you can hire someone to do this, but if you're like most people, you probably can't afford to hire someone to scrub and edit your stuff, so that's a job you must learn to do. And 4, planning skills. This one is a bit more vague because it can cover a wider amount of things, but overall, you need to learn how to plan your content and make things fit your brand and vibe. Connect to your strengths and make things yours. 5th is guideline skills, arguably the most important skill on this list, but you need to know the TOS, that's terms of service, and guidelines of the platforms that you are appearing on and how to adhere to their rules. I think each of these skills are important to being a successful VTuber and being able to create content freely without too much worry. They might make you feel overwhelmed, but once you gain a better understanding of each category, I think it will be smooth sailing. You don't need to have everything perfect right off the bat. These things take time to learn and grow. It's a gradual process. And obviously there are going to be probably more things, but these are the ones I'm choosing today that I think matter the most. So let's dive into how we can work on each one. So let's talk communication. When it comes to speaking skills and streaming, I think the first thing you have to consider is how you want to make talking to others enjoyable and fun. I think starting out casually and speaking to folks like friends is an easy peasy way to start. You don't need to be a very chatty person, you just need to be interested in the interaction that folks are having with you. And if no one is talking, we want to eliminate that dead air. Talk about what's happening in the game, what you're thinking about, what you plan to do. Heck, you can even talk about your day if it helps. You don't need to yap nonstop, but we do want to eliminate that dead air. I might make another video on how to talk to no one in the future, so maybe look out for that one. As someone who has stage fright, I think talking to random strangers is such a hard thing to do. But once you get past that initial fear hump, you learn to just yap freely. It's honestly such an easy process. I think starting with short and casual streams can help you feel more for what you want to how to respond to others. See, I can't even talk right now. As you start to feel more situated, you can extend that time and practice more speaking skills without too much pressure. You can even come to stream with topics or questions ahead of time for a little more preparation. Write down 1 or 2 easy topics, like maybe what your favorite kind of pizza is, or how somebody makes their chili. Don't ask me why they're all food related. Having prepared conversation starter topics can be really useful. My favorite bit of advice is to ask your friends to come to stream for the first few times. Getting to chat with them within stream settings can really dampen the nerves and make the process easier to get used to. Okay, let's get into streaming equipment. This is honestly your starting point before you even get started into communication. You can't talk on stream if there's no stream to talk to. You truly don't need the most expensive equipment on the market to have a good stream. You just need a basic understanding of your equipment. Understanding what your PC can handle is huge, so you're not lagging and causing visual disruptions during the stream. Knowing your microphone and adjusting it can take your stream from good to great. Most people can handle visual noise, but will turn off a stream if the audio is too fried. So making sure your audio is good is a first key step. There are also plenty of streaming softwares out there, and OBS is the most common free software people will use. There are plenty of video tutorials out there on how to set it up, so I won't do that here, but just knowing the basics of the program can really turn around a stream. It's also important to do a private or test stream to see how audio levels and visual feedback looks like. Knowing your equipment means being able to quickly fix things when something inevitably goes wrong. We all experience this stuff, it comes for us all. When it comes to video editing, you don't need to be a master all at once. It's important to start with the basics and work your way up. Learn to trim stuff, adjust volume levels, add music, etc. These are straightforward tasks that can really help your videos and shorts feel a bit more stylized. You can always learn how to add effects and transitions and other cool stuff down the line. So planning is always a tough one. Many people experience choice paralysis in trying to figure out what to stream or post. Since I've been referring to streaming more than posting, I think I will talk about that more in those terms. It's important to think about what you like, but also what your brand is. If you refer to yourself as a cozy gamer, it would be a bit jarring to see you playing something like Resident Evil. You don't need a perfect setup when it comes to planning your content and what you'll be streaming, it just needs to reflect you and your vibes. And if something doesn't feel right, it's okay to pivot to something that does. Nothing is set in stone. You control your content and what people see. The important thing here is consistency. Last step, guidelines. Honestly, guidelines is such a tough topic because each website has their own set of copyright rules and terms of service, so it's important to stay knowledgeable about what you can post and where. I know TikTok is way more lenient about copyright music than YouTube is, so when trying to make a short for both platforms, I have to be aware of what music I use so I don't lose out on posting to YouTube. Same thing applies to streaming. Something on Twitch is going to be a little bit different than something on YouTube. If you have music playing in the background of your stream, you need to make sure that the copyright is appropriate for Twitch and YouTube. By understanding and checking ahead of time, you can save yourself some peace of mind and prevent any trouble from occurring. It might be annoying at first, but trust me, it's way better than getting a strike or missing a content post because you didn't read the rules. Overall, each category is important to understanding streaming as a whole and how it makes it easy for you to navigate the space. Once you get a hang of each one, another one becomes a little easier to understand. You don't need to be perfect at all, or any of them, to start streaming, but by learning about them, you will become a better VTuber in the long run. I hope this video helped you even a little bit. Let me know in the comments if you learned something new, or if you just liked hearing me yap. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you kittens in the next one. Bye bye!